Hello everyone and welcome to Swarajya Interviews. I am Swati Goyal Sharma. Today we have with us Ms. Nikhat Abbas. Nikhat Abbas is a Delhi-based social activist and has been a member of the Bharatiya Janata Party for 2 years. Nikhat is from the Muslim community and recently she became instrumental in bringing about 200 people from her community to join the BJP. Most of them, in fact, were from Shaheen Bagh. Shaheen Bagh, as we all know, is well known as a site for a major protest against Citizenship Amendment Bill in December, January, and February. There were about Shaheen Bagh was actually not the only site of anti-CA protests in Delhi. There were about a dozen such sites. But Shaheen Bagh became very famous because it became a media magnet basically for two reasons. One, it saw participation of mostly women, and two, it also attracted many Bollywood personalities who spoke against the CAA. And in February end, Delhi also saw communal riots, and in which about 50 lives were lost and many properties were burnt and damaged. The Delhi police, in its charge sheet, has said that the conspiracy of the riots were hatched in Shaheen Bagh. Welcome, Nikhat, to Swarajya.
Thank you, Swati. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, thank you. So first of all, please tell us something about yourself and your association with the BJP.
See, basically, Swati, I have been doing my social job since quite long now. So I have this trust which is known as Stree Roshni, in which we are working relentlessly for the empowerment of the women. So basically, we adopt the education for a lot of girls, girls coming from the economically backward families, and we sponsor the education up till 12th standard. So we've adopted around 72 girls. So we've been working on ground for such a quite while. And obviously, I came in contact with a lot of people from Bharatiya Janata Party since I was doing this event, like all of these events under the banner of Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao Abhiyan. So that's how I got connected with a lot of people from Bharatiya Janata Party. And to be very honest, one thing which related to which completely became relatable to me and kind of instigated me, I'd say, to join Bharatiya Janata Party was the abrogation of triple talaq. This was something which made me realize that this party is the party who's not working for the vote bank, but actually for the empowerment of the Muslim women and Muslim society. We've been hearing since so many years, since childhood, my family has been a Congress supporting party. But now I realize that we've been fooled, even including me and my family were the victims who were being, fooled by Congress party, telling us all the while that yes, we are the ones who are going to care for you, and we are the ones who are going to, stand against Bharatiya Janata Party and RSS for you. Now, when I'm working with Bharatiya Janata Party and RSS, I get to realize that it was a complete taboo, and there is nothing like which is against Muslims in this particular party or organization. And this is one reason I am in this party, and without any doubt, with a lot of power, with a lot of pride, I go onto the televisions and defend my party, because this is what makes me happy, and this is what makes me realize that yes, today I am finally empowered. These are not just the words, it is happening practically.
Okay. So you don't have a political background, and your family is actually not traditionally BJP supporting family.
Not
also.
all, Swati. In fact, a lot of people, get surprised with this fact that I do not have any political background. I mean, if you go and check my BGC, you'll have nobody connected with any political party. Not only with Bharatiya Janata Party, you will not find any one of us connected with any other party, not even my grandparents, four grandfathers, nobody. So it's just that, I started doing this social job. It is honestly, even this NGO platform, this is something which I started. My family completely supported it, and I am into this right now. So political parties was never also my route of map. It was never in my to-do list. It just happened gracefully. It just happened because I kind of related with the principles of my party, and now I'm here with no political background.
Wow, very interesting. Okay, Nikhat, now please tell us about your role in bringing about 200 anti-CA protesters into not only talking to the BJP, but actually coming into the fold of the BJP. So you, as I said, are instrumental, and many people may not even know. So please tell us about your role in detail.
So honestly, Swati, there was this one day I happened to speak with a lot of people from Shine Bagh. I went to meet these people. Not like a group of people, as I already mentioned, we'd already spoken about this, and I told you that I did not,
Yeah,
when
we
you
had a small
asked me that, did
conversation.
you meet a lot of people? I said, no, I did not meet a lot of people. Obviously, because of this pandemic, we're also
Okay.
not supposed to meet a lot of people. We have to maintain
True.
that social distancing. Keeping that in mind, also, I had some people, like fewer people from all over Okla constituency and Shaheen Bagh. I happened to talk to them, and I was like, generally talking about, see, I never went there with that will that, okay, today I'm going to convince them and bring them to my party. That was not at all my motive. My motive was initially just to know that what is their perspective about CAA, what is their perspective about Bharatiya Janata Party, and what do they have to talk about it, and what is that which is, poking them and making them feel insecure in this society. What is that one thing?
Sorry for interruption, but when did you meet them? When was it?
It's been about 1.5 months to 45 days to 50 days. It's been that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to know what is their lookout, what is their part. So when I went and I spoke to them, ultimately I just realized that one thing which pinched them was only this article brought by Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay.
What I felt that if at all it was Congress, if at all it was Congress or any other party in center bringing this kind of an article, I think they would have accepted it gracefully. So there was this taboo which was Bharatiya Janata Party got into this. There was this myth which everybody created in their minds that Bharatiya Janata Party to मुसलमानों के खिलाफ है, मुखालिफत करती है. जब भी करेगी भारतीय जनता पार्टी तो मुसलमानों के लिए कुछ अच्छा कर नहीं सकती, मोदी जी अच्छा कर ही नहीं सकते. तो ये टैबू था उनके दिमाग में. And when I got to speak with them and I asked, do you even know what is CAA? With due respect, I asked them and they were like, नहीं हम तो कागज नहीं दिखाएंगे, कागज मांगते हैं वो लोग, तो वो बोल रहे हैं हमें बाहर निकाल देंगे हिंदुस्तान के, हम तो इतने सालों से रह रहे हैं. मैंने कहा, have you read the article? And a lot of people on the sideline were laughing and a lot of people didn't have any answer. Because
they were laughing because they knew that the issue is exactly not about Kaagaz.
If you remember, you are a senior journalist, Swati. I am sure you must have gone to that place, Shine Bagh. You must have been speaking to those ladies, and every time when you had spoken to them, कभी भी उनसे पूछा जाता था, what is the problem you are facing with CA? Why aren't you liking it? They always say कि हम कागज नहीं दिखाएंगे, ये काला कानून हटाओ. दो ही लाइनें थी, काला कानून हटाइए और कागज नहीं दिखाएंगे. Now you have to tell me that where was this line? Now when I got to speak with them, I also realized that this entire movement was polarized by Aam Aadmi Party. There were goons and literally paid workers of Aam Aadmi Party and Congress Party who were there all the while, who were distributing biryani, which we know. They were distributing money and they were the ones. People from Shine Bagh has told me that they were the ones who literally, I'd say damage the image of Shine Bagh. आज Shine Bagh की बात होती है ना, हमें बुरा लगता है, हमें गुस्सा आता है. So they were the ones who were responsible to damage the image of Shine Bagh by chanting these slogans like Jinnah wali azadi, Modi Amit Shah को लाओ तो हम मार देंगे. This is not something जो 5 साल का बच्चा, if छोटी सी बच्ची ये कह रही है कि आप मोदी अमित शाह को लाइए और हम मार देंगे, आई डोंट थिंक सो कि किसी भी पेरेंट्स की परवरिश या अपब्रिंगिंग ऐसी होगी कि कोई बच्चा ये सीखे. सो दिस इज कंप्लीटली, this shook me inside when it was all over the news, and it was damaging the image of my community as well, which hurted me. When I used to speak to people, a lot of people used to come up and ask me कि यार आप मुसलमानों को क्या problem, and I used to feel bad. There are lots of, I'm not talking about my political people, I'm talking about general people. So generally, the image of Muslim community was completely hampered. And that's what pinched me. And that's what made me realize that I should go to these people and talk. And when I talked, they were ready to make me a bridge between them and my party, between them and my government. And I was so glad that I finally came. One thing which I felt bad about was that why did I not come to this place at the time of Vidhan Sabha elections? Things would have been different. But
I was about to ask you that.
Exactly.
So you didn't visit the site when the protests were on? And
no, I did not. No, I did not. I'll tell you why. Because honestly, even I was very scared to go there because I have seen people being attacked there.
Okay.
Or any representative or even a supporter of Bharatiya Janata Party.
But Nikat, if it's like you make it sound easy that when you went there and you talked to them, conversations happened and they actually came and joined the BJP. why didn't the BJP leader go there earlier? If it's not you, I mean, others could have gone there, and the protesters were also always saying that we want to meet top leaders of the BJP. Like, why didn't this conversation happen earlier?
See, I'll tell you why, Swati. Swati, when this entire protest, so-called protest, was organized again, anti-CAA protest, it was set with a propaganda, and the propaganda was to win the Vidhan Sabha elections from Delhi. It was not against. It was not against CAA. It was not against triple talaq. It was not against 370. It was just to propagate things. It was just to win the elections. And whenever these people wanted to talk, I'll bring a lot of people to you who'd say this from Shaheen Bagh, that whenever they wanted to talk and whenever they came up with a wish that we want to talk to the government, everybody from Aam Aadmi Party was sitting, and I'll call them goons on your channel, that they were goons who stopped them, who literally halted them, that no, this is not the right time, wo sunenge nahi. And even when they wanted to talk, they were going in the lot of 5,000, 10,000. Do you really expect that at that point in time, people who are coming in a lot of 5,000 and 10,000 would be able to be explained? No. They wanted Amit Shah ji और मोदी जी आके एक ही बात बोलते थे. Amit Shah ji और मोदी जी आके बात करें, अरे they are the prime minister and the home ministers of our country. And Ravi Shankar Prasad ji said himself that you come to us and talk to us. All our 7 MPs
you
said.
Mean to say that you mean to say that their demand of the Prime Minister himself coming in to meet them was kind of bizarre, and the lower rung leaders were not allowed to step in, were not allowed to meet them. Is that what you are saying?
It's not about that. They were not allowed to meet. Everybody was allowed. It's a democratic country. It's a democratic party. Everybody is allowed to go wherever they will and wish. It's just that nobody thought that this movement was polarized enough and was completely organized by Aam Aadmi Party and not by the people of the Shaheen Bagh. It was a complete tangent. Whatever was shown on the media, I'm not blaming the media, but whatever was shown, whatever was broadcasted there was completely a different thing. With if it was compared to whatever was the ground report, it was completely different.
Okay. Even though Aam Aadmi Party or other parties would say that it was the BJP who, I mean, they are saying that it was the BJP who organized the Shaheen Bagh protest because they wanted to polarize on religious lines. They lost the election. That is another thing because they failed in their ploy. So how do you counter that?
See, Swati, if people like viewers who are watching me and are following me on Twitter and on my social media accounts, they know that I had answered well about this. And again, from your channel and from your medium, I'd like to ask Saurabh Bharadwaj, who very next day did the press conference saying that ये पूरा प्रदर्शन तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने organize करा था और उन्हीं लोगों को join करा लिया उन्होंने. Just answer me 2 questions. Again, from your medium, I'd want to ask just 2 things. That if at all Bharatiya Janata organized this event, please tell us, Amanatullah Khan, your
MLA,
MLA from you're from Okhla constituency. Please tell me, what was he doing on the stage? Why was he hosting the entire show? Why did Manish Sisodia said that we support the people of Shaheen Bagh and we are you saying that Amanatullah Khan and Manish Sisodia are behind the curtain supporting the Bharatiya Janata Party's protest? Or are you trying to say that Tahir Hussain is Bharatiya Janata Party's Nigam Parshad and councillor? That, इतना बारूद आपकी छत पे मिल जाता है और आप बोलते हो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कराया तो what are the आप इसके क्या तर्क दोगे? What are the basis of this allegation which you're putting on us?
Sure. Nikhat, please also tell me some experiences with the Shaheen, like with people at Shaheen Bagh and other areas who joined the BJP. As in, I want to understand the reasons they actually chose to join the BJP, considering that I feel it's also hostile. I mean, they also would feel hostility from their own community for being an active member of the BJP. So how did that move happen, which is actually quite, bold? See, what did you tell them? What did they tell you?
Honestly, I did not convince them to join the party. My motive was motive was that they should realize that this particular act is not gonna, hamper their lives. This act is not going to disturb their lives and change anything in their daily lives. It's not for them. It is, again, वही मैं दोहराऊंगी कि ये citizenship देने का कानून है, नागरिकता देने का कानून है, लेने का कानून नहीं है. My motive was just that they should realize this. But people who were there, a part of this protest, were also, politically motivated, and they probably wanted to join political parties. And if now they feel that Bharatiya Janata Party is where they can be and talk about their sentiments, talk about their things, and they are the ones who can help things to be amended in the act or in any other act, not in CA particularly, in anything, and they can be heard. I think it's a very good step for them also to come into the party and talk about it instead of just being misguided and fooled around by other political parties. So it is a kind of helping hand for all of us, for Bharatiya Janata Party also and for them also. They'll understand us and we'll understand them. So that is what makes us feel that yes, they should come, they should join the party, they should keep their points, so that also we can consider, because we also need more hands. And if people from Muslim community are joining, it will be easier for us also to understand what is their perspective. So that's how we can use them. We can understand their perspective, use them in the terms that we can take their perception, their perspectives, their thoughts, what kind of thoughts they would want to put into the party, and which way we can help other people also from our same community to gain trust and everything. So that is something, that string is to be attached between them and us. And that I became the bridge, and I'm so glad that I became the bridge, because if not me, somebody else would have done it, and it would have been very good. ये पहले ही हो जाता तो बहुत अच्छा था. इसको समय लगा. वो मेरा शायद दुर्भाग्य है कि मैं इसको बहुत समय पहले करने के लिए नहीं पहुंची, अब पहुंची. But हाँ, जब ये हुआ, I am very glad and I'm very happy that people are understanding. And people are getting empowered. People are getting socially empowered. So that's very important for my community.
Nika, do we also expect more people to join?
Of course, why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Is it happening? Is that also happening? Like, are more people going to join the BJP?
That's a very tricky question. It's also happening. It will happen certainly. Nobody knew that a percentage of vote after triple talaq from Muslim women would be increased for Bharatiya Janata Party. It did. Nobody knew when this protest of Shaheen Bagh happened that people from Muslim community, particularly from Okhla, particularly from Shaheen Bagh, would be able to join Bharatiya Janata Party and understand the ideology. It happened. So obviously it will happen in future. जैसे लोगों को समझ आएगा that they were misguided, they were being fooled, they were being used, people will come and join hands with Bharatiya Janata Party, because at the end of the day, today in this modern era, people do not want them to be used as the vote bank. They are looking for real work. They are looking for real development. Be it whosoever is doing it, we actually do not care. If it's Bharatiya Janata Party, we're going to support it with full heart, with all pride. And it's going to be like that.
Okay. And that's a great point you made. That communities probably don't want to be used as vote banks anymore.
No, none of us. No, would you want to do that? Would you want to be used?
Of course not. Probably actually.
At the end of the day, we'll feel like a trash. That we've been used and then we've been just kept aside, and that's exactly what we've been facing, we've been feeling since so many years in the Congress era. I don't want to feel like that anymore. And the educated class in my community would not like to feel that. And now the people who are not even much educated are understanding, क्योंकि basic दिमाग सबके पास है. आज नहीं तो कल आपका जो मुखौटा है वो उतरेगा, and that's happening now. And that's what is pinching to Aam Aadmi Party and Congress leaders.
Sure. Nikhil, please tell me also that the protests were eventually wrapped up because of lockdown. It was only in the beginning of the lockdown that the police came and vacated the Shaheen Bagh site and other sites as well. In fact, some of the sites were actually burned down in the riots. What do you think is the future of this anti-CA agitation and Shaheen Bagh? Do you think it will revive, the movement will revive in Delhi?
I'll tell you what, Swati, and I'm saying this with all, I'm saying this, that when a protest like this is organized, when things are like this organized, that you burn somebody's house, you kill a lot of people in a protest, you come out on roads, it is something which cannot done by a single family or normal people like commoners like us. It has to be politically motivated.
Okay.
It has to be motivated, and इसमें तो कोई दो राय नहीं है ना कि जब ये हुआ, जब दिल्ली को जलाया गया, तो सबसे ज्यादा जो अगेंस्ट हुई जनता वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की हुई, क्योंकि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इज अंडर द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what is being used by Aam Aadmi Party, and this is the reason I say that Aam Aadmi Party organized it, क्योंकि हमें इससे कोई फायदा हुआ ही नहीं. We've got 8 seats. Do you really think हमें इससे फायदा हुआ? No. We lost it again. We lost battle. And trust me, our senior officials are mature enough to realize this कि अगर हम ये करेंगे तो हम हारेंगे. और हुआ ये, हम हारे क्यों? और ये आम आदमी पार्टी को पता था, क्योंकि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर हमारे हाथ में था. सभी को पता है कि अगर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर से सिचुएशन बाहर जाएगी, if something would be done like this, the entire state would be burnt, entire state would be damaged. So it comes under law and order, which is under central government. Why would we do that? I am not justifying myself, but I am not justifying my party, but this is a fact. That a party who's been benefited out of this protest is only one, which is Aam Aadmi Party. And Congress silently played a role in it. And that's what shakes me and burns me inside, that, you know, Aam Aadmi Party has gone down to those levels. They have put their political levels so down that they've burnt entire Delhi. And I'm feeling very sad about it.
Okay. I mean, that's the allegation you are making, but sure.
No, but
but
that's
yes.
sad. Tahir Hussain आज जेल में है ना. अंकित शर्मा की हत्या का आरोप उस पे है. हमारे यहाँ पे किसी का अमानतुल्लाह खान ने जाके मंच संभाला था. हमारे भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई नेता जाके सपोर्ट. And today also we are not supporting any protest of CAA. We are not with the people who protest against CAA, but people who want to talk it out, sort it out, we are with them. And that is the reason that it is a big family, and we welcome from Shaheen Bagh. We welcome people from Shaheen Bagh with open heart, and we will keep on doing that.
Right. I mean, as far as CAA protests are concerned, and we at Swarajya have also taken a stand that it's a bill that's very much needed, and it's not taking away citizenship rights of any citizen of this country. It's a humanitarian law, and the minority, the religious minorities in Pakistan and Bangladesh and Afghanistan, they need to come to India. In fact, recently a lot of people from Afghanistan have come to Delhi. I mean, only this month, and they are right now in a Gurudwara in Delhi. I mean, after this interview, of course, Nikhar I'll also like to meet some of the people who have joined the BJP among those people, and I hope to get your help in that.
Of course.
Sure, it was a great conversation, but I'll just like to wrap up with a question that I've been meaning to ask a member of the BJP who is a Muslim. You know, in a section of the media and by certain so-called intellectuals, there's a term they use. It's called BJP Muslim, or even some say RSS Muslim, which basically means not a complete Muslim. You know, the connotation is as if okay, he's a Muslim, but maybe, you know, not a full Muslim, because I mean, they always hyphenate their identity with BJP Muslim, and they also say it in a bit of a derogatory way. So you are a BJP Muslim, so to say. So how do you respond?
I'm an Indian Muslim. You should at least consider me as an Indian Muslim.
No, you are definitely an Indian Muslim, and you are an Indian citizen, first of all. What I mean to say is that, you know, this term, this phrase is often used as a jibe for Muslims. In fact, even when these people joined the BJP, the anti-CAA protesters, a section of the media wrote that they were already moles, that they were already, you know, part of the BJP, and they are not really common Indian Muslims who have chosen to join the BJP. They branded them sort of moles. So just want to say, who is this BJP Muslims, and how do you respond to people who question your Muslim identity just because you are part of the BJP?
First of all the Muslims living in India are Indian Muslims. Nobody is a BJP Muslim or a Congressi Muslim, no matter whichever political party they are supporting. Now, I'll quote an example. Let's say, I know that you're an unbiased journalist. You're a very senior journalist. Today, I'll quote an example again, that after about 1.5 years, they're going to be Vidhan Sabha elections in UP. Now, today you go on the ground, take that ground report, do the analysis, and write an article. Swati Goyal is writing an article quoting that I have analyzed and I have seen that Yogi Adityanath ji is again going to be the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, and he's going to come with a mandate. Let's say you've written an article after doing your analysis, after doing proper unbiased, analysis and everything. Very next day, there'll be a whole lot of people calling you BJP supporter journalist.
That's true.
There'll be, and even today, the whole lot of people who are calling media Godi media. That means Modi ki media, ki Modi ji ko support kar rahe. That is the point.
Yeah.
Now, whoever is supporting Bharatiya Janata Party, being a Muslim, is saying BJP ke Musalman hai ye. What do you mean by that? BJP ने अलग कुरान शरीफ रखी है और आपने अलग कुरान शरीफ रखी है. यहाँ पे बीजेपी ने तो कभी कुरान को लेकर ही नहीं आया, अलग तरीके से नमाज पढ़ते हैं. अगर हम मुसलमान काबा शरीफ की तरफ रुख कर नमाज पढ़ते हैं, विच इज वेस्ट, क्या बीजेपी के मुसलमान ईस्ट की तरफ करके पढ़ते हैं? नहीं. सो इट इज गोइंग टू, वो कहते हैं ना, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. जाहिर सी बात है, इफ me or any Muslim is supporting Bharatiya Janata Party and I differ from your ideology, you will have to have something to say against me. अब एक काम कह देते, फिर तो वही वाली बात हो गई ना कि कपिल सिब्बल ने जाके एक दिन बोला कि भगवान राम का अस्तित्व नहीं है. आप बोल दीजिए कि वो हिंदू नहीं है. हम तो बोलते हैं ना, आप भी बोल दीजिए कि वो हिंदू नहीं है. आज आप उन्हें कह रहे हो ट्विटर पे चिल्ला के कि बीजेपी के सपोर्टर हैं वो, इसलिए उन्होंने चिट्ठी लिखी. रिमेंबर दैट? अभी 2 दिन पहले का नाटक था. So this is something which will happen. If today I go and support Congress, तब मैं बीजेपी की मुसलमान नहीं होंगी. और आप देखिएगा अगर ऐसे करने को,
that is what ना, they are just Muslims but BJP Muslim is BJP Muslim.
वो इससे बड़ी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके मेरे को पटका पहनाएंगे कांग्रेस का और कहेंगे ये तो हिंदुस्तानी मुसलमान है. आज कैसे हिंदुस्तानी मुसलमान हो गए जब मैं कल तक बीजेपी की मुसलमान थी? तो एवरीबडी विल हैव समथिंग और द एल्स टू से. आप कुछ भी करो. इफ टुडे, आज लेट्स से, चलो अभी तो मीडिया की बात करी, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट आर्मी ऑफिशियल्स. You know what? I sit on debates and I have seen a lot of army officials, former army officials, sitting, major captains, sitting and debating on these national issues and security issues. When they have supported Bharatiya Janata Party, people from opposition has called them कि ये तो BJP के army वाले. What do you mean by that? Yeah. Aren't you ashamed of calling them BJP के army वाले? They're Indian army, and if they're supporting, take it with that grace that yes, they're supporting it. It's okay. If not me, okay, I'm a political person, at least respect the army of your country, the former people who have come from the army background. So ये सब होता रहेगा. मैं आज किसी को भी support करूँ, मैं बीजेपी को support करूँ, I'm a BJP Muslim, okay. If I differ from your ideology, beat. I am still going to read the same Quran which you do. I am going to still perform my namaz in the same way which you do. If you don't consider me, that's only because that's your political agenda. Nothing else. And trust me, they have nothing against me in person. I have seen a lot of Maulanas debating with me on shows, and on the sideline they're like talking, "Aap bahut acha karte ho." So this is all mukhota, which will be one or the other day going to be removed from their faces sooner or later.
Okay.
So ye hoga.
Great to know that you have a ready counter to that, and also you are quite comfortable with the label, whatever.
100%. Call me whatever. I'm still going to work for my country, and I'm a proud Indian, and I'm a proud BJP worker.
Great. It's a great conversation with you, Nikhat, and also really nice to know you. We've been talking for a couple of days, and it's been a great knowing you.